With the celebration of Christmas taking place this Sunday, there will be a lot of activities and possibly a good bit of franticness surrounding our lives. Without being so cliche that you put this video message in the same category as a pithy bumper sticker or a cheesy Christmas song, I want to encourage you to remember and celebrate the wonder of the incarnation. When the prophet Isaiah prophesied about the coming Messiah by declaring he is the wonderful counselor, mighty God, everlasting Father, and Prince of Peace, it was a timeless declaration of who God has always been and who Jesus would visibly display that he will always be. Obviously, he is everything we still desperately need today and will always need. But we must call on his name and receive him as Savior and Lord in order to experience him in the fullness of his character. What is confusing is how we choose to celebrate the humblest of actions in all of history, God coming to earth in the form of a baby, born to simple, nondescript parents, a young virgin teenager, in obscurity and poverty, amongst livestock, with no fanfare or recognition. This is the description of the first Christmas, if you will. Earth had unknowingly received the greatest gift we would ever receive, Emmanuel, God with us, and we barely noticed. But today, in order to remember that Jesus is the reason for the season, and in order to keep Christ in Christmas because wise men and women still seek him, see what I did there? We do some pretty counterintuitive things. I don't want to sound like a cultural critic or a Grinch in modern terms, but I do want to at least consider what multi-million-dollar church productions, outlandish parties, balls, pageants, and spectacles have to do with humility, obscurity, lowliness, servanthood, sacrifice, and unconditional love. What we have come up with seems to be an odd juxtaposition to how our Savior arrived and what his life would be, a Savior born to die, and as a famous carol states, born to give us second birth. Don't get me wrong, there is nothing inherently wrong with much of what I am talking about or just mentioned, but it does cloud our vision from seeing and enjoying the beauty and the wonder of Jesus, I think. Do all our traditions and activities turn our eyes to Jesus as he truly was and is, not as how we make him out to be? Or do we miss him altogether during this season? Are you experiencing him as the great I am this week and every week, but in particularly right now? Is he everything that you need and everything that you are not? Yes, he is. But are you receiving and experiencing him that way right now in particular? I want to encourage you that this is exactly what you should be experiencing right now. We should all be. Jesus, Emmanuel, God with us, as our wonderful counselor, mighty God, everlasting Father, and Prince of Peace. This is who God has always been and will always be, and this is the time of year we get to remember it afresh and anew in the coming of Jesus Christ to the earth to be our Savior and King. This is what we remember. This is what we celebrate. Merry Christmas.